Hello, my Wicked Warriors. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another action-packed episode of the Wicked Wally webcast, soon to be the best hard rock, heavy metal talk show on the planet. I'm your host, Wicked Wally, and yes, Wednesdays we do this show live because the most important part of the show is the viewers, those watching. We have a couple folks in the chat right now, and yes, you are the most important part of the show. And yeah, it's going to be a great show tonight. This is episode number 33 of the webcast. And we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So wherever you're watching this show, we want to hear your questions, your comments, your feedback in the chat. We're watching the chat tonight, and you're part of the show. So yeah, we have a killer show tonight. Episode number 33, March in Arms. March in Arms, we are joined tonight by members of Sioux Falls, South Dakota military power metal band, March in Arms. The 2020 World War I and World War II themed album, Pulse of the Daring, is an absolute exemplification of the genre, and we will be digging into these themes tonight. Our guest for tonight is going to be Ryan. I should ask. I said his last name before I got him on the show. But Ryan, the vocalist and guitarist of the band. I'm not gonna butcher his last name. But yeah, it's gonna be a killer show tonight. And if you want to support tonight's show, even if you're watching this after the fact, say on YouTube, if you want to support the show, a great way to do that is on our Streamlabs homepage. You can go to streamlabs.com/Wicked Wally webcast. We have merchandise on there. And actually, I'll pull up my co-host for tonight, Jason. How's it going, man?
Holy shit. I'm not in my own rig.
Right.
I'm here in studio.
Right. Actually,
my first time back. What the hell is going on?
Should have made a bigger deal about that.
No,
yeah,
it's okay.
It's the first time you're back here. That's
First
actually
time
really
I'm
exciting.
back.
It's
Yep.
really exciting.
Yeah, I'm not the first co-host back. You had Jay last week, but hey.
That's right.
I made it back my own.
Jay's very first appearance on the show. She's brand new to the team. I think she did a great job for her first episode.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah, she did a great job. So yeah, back in studio. How does it feel?
It feels good to get out of my house. I've been locked up in there for way too long, so it's nice to get out and check out what's going on in the world.
We're actually allowed to.
Yeah,
allowed to have people in our homes again. So that's exciting. Yeah, we got like I said, we got a killer band tonight. Actually, I'll have you show off the. Like I said, we mentioned the merch. So if you do want to pick up some Wicked Wally merch, we have T-shirts, we have tank shirts, we have shorts, and I will pull up. I will show Jay
mugs.
here again. And mugs.
We have mugs.
Yeah. Can you grab the mug? I have it on the wrong side there. There you go. So I was expecting.
I could even drink out of it.
Ooh, there you go. Got the logo. Oh, excellent. Here, I'll put you on the... Oh, yeah, all the cameras.
Oh, that's the best damn water I've ever had. That is fantastic.
Fantastic. So like I said, we got a killer show tonight. If you want to know how to support, where to find those links, look in the episode description below. So check that out, and that's where you can support the show. All right. So yes, we have a killer show tonight. Like I mentioned before, we have Ryan from the band March in Arms. Ryan, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us tonight.
I want to hear you take a shot at my last name first.
Oh my God.
Go on, do it. All right. You've been dared. Let's go.
Take a big swig of beer first. Classy.
Nutson.
No.
All right, let me take a crack. Let me go.
Okay.
Because I think I know. I think it's just Knutson.
Knutson?
What'd you say?
Knutson.
Both wrong. It's
okay.
Knutson.
You
Like
pronounce the K.
You pronounce the K?
It's
just like you pronounce the D in the gent. I've been telling you this.
So I remember when we would tour all the time, and I'd tell people my last name, they would always say, "Well, you don't say Knife."
You don't say knife, no, or knight, or the various things. Anyways, welcome to the show, Ryan Knutson. Right, I got this right that time. Okay, great. Welcome to the show, and yeah, so killer band. I told you this before we started the show. I've been listening to Pulse of the Daring quite a bit. I listen to quite a bit of music because I try to see who's awesome for the show, who I want to invite on the show, and I listen to it quite a few times. Really easy to listen to, really solid, just awesome music. I would say anyone who's a fan of hard rock and just really straightforward heavy metal music needs to check out this album, because I think they're going to absolutely love it.
I agree. It's very, like you said, easy to listen to, and it's just nothing, no bullshit about it, right? It's just, this is what it is, and it's going to rock your fucking face off.
And not boring. That was the thing, too. I was really interested. I think that's because you sprinkle in all these little, like, heavy metal elements into it. Like, there's a little bit of thrash in there. There's a little bit of power. There's power metal in there. There's, it's like just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of maybe like the straightforward, like almost. And I'm not trying to insult you when I say this, but like a stadium rock kind of like straightforward beat to it, and then you sprinkle in these different elements in there as well. Very catchy. Very songs are stuck in my head all the time from listening to the music. So yes, that's what I get. I hear bands like Sabaton, Volbeat, and like Five Finger Death Punch kind of all mixed together.
Well,
like,
the songs are all telling a story too, right? It's not just lyrics that are meant to be interpretive or obscure or abstracted. It's really kind of telling a story, and you can get involved and engaged in the song really easily with what's going on. Right.
So did we hit the nail on the head at all, or?
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know if you're familiar with the prior album, but
I did listen to it. Yes.
Okay, what we really tried to do with this album was we wanted to have really good live songs, and so the idea was we got to come up with lists that if you've never even heard us before, you could maybe be singing along by the second or third chorus, because it's
absolutely 100%.
Yep.
Stuck in your head. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was thinking too, because I listened to it on so I mentioned I drove back, drove 3 hours back to my studio so I could do the show tonight with you, and I was listening to the album again, and I'm just like, like I say all except for maybe one or two songs. Immediately, you want to sing along to it, like immediately. A couple other songs kind of lead in a little bit, but it's good because the album's not boring. It's one of those things where I mentioned like that stadium rock kind of vibe, and that kind of genre of music can get stale. It can get, but you introduce so many little elements into the music, and it just keeps you interested all the way through. Did you actually have a lot of crowd interaction with your live shows? Do they start singing along even though they maybe are seeing you for the first time?
Yeah, we try to work that out. I personally I really try to put on a very energetic live show. I try to get as much fist pumping going on and people shouting as possible. So, everyone in the band, we all have very diverse tastes in music. And I mean, I definitely appreciate very technical, progressive sounding stuff too. But I wanted this band to be something that when people go see a show, like they're going to see a show. Right. I want people to be part of it. And, I think that the whole like stadium rock thing, that is a great description of it. I mean, that's really what, one of our big goals is to be able to go over to Europe and play some fests over there. And so I literally called it like the Vakken test. If you were playing and you had a chorus, like how catchy does it have to be so that by the second or third time you go through it, you can get people who've never heard you before maybe singing along.
Right. Yeah, and that's definitely what it is. And like I said, I caught me off guard how much I wanted to listen to the album, because I'm like, well, this is kind of just it's I listen to some very complex things a lot for this show, and I just love it. I keep going back. Anyway, so the other members of the band we just have you here tonight, Ryan. But what I wanted to do is pull up a photo of the other members of the band, and I wanted you to comment on this because and just let us introduce the other members of the band. They couldn't be here, and let us know a little bit. Maybe if you have little tidbits, either something funny or something interesting to tell us about the other band members. I'm going to go ahead and pull them up here on the screen. So we'll do that. So we have the other members of the band here. Let's make this bigger. Close this chat message. Okay, so we're on Facebook here. All right, so the other members of the band, can you let us know who's here?
Okay, so if I say left to right, how are you going to be viewing that? Let's start with the
left is closest to me in the corner. That's where I am in the corner.
start on the left. On the left, that there is Sheldon. He is one of 3 guitar players. So I play guitar, Sheldon plays guitar, and then we have a third guitar player. Sheldon is the other co-writer of our music.
Oh, nice.
So and I kind of write all the songs. Sheldon comes up with just... we're on the same wavelength. I mean, we listen to a lot of the same stuff. A lot of... Him and I were born and raised on Metallica, but we also love European power metal.
Okay,
so
yeah. I can hear it. I can hear the influence. I can hear the influence, definitely.
Power metal, but more riffs, basically.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good... So Sheldon writes just... He'll come to me and he'll have, like a verse, chorus, bridge, something like that, and almost right away I'll start having some vocal melody ideas and stuff like that. So him and I work great together. Where's that picture at?
Yeah, let's come back. There you go.
So moving next over, that's Colin. He's our new bass player.
In the Tool shirt.
Been in the band since, in the Tool shirt. He's in the band since 2020. He's the young guy. He's like in his early mid-20s, I believe. Honestly, I don't know his exact age. That's kind of
This is a young guy.
Is he the guy you were giving the instructions on the CD on your Bandcamp site about or two? What to do with the CD, where to put it, how it works? Because he's so young?
He's that young. He didn't know what to
do. What do I do with this CD?
He is heavily influenced by... Rush. If you ask him, Rush is probably his favorite band.
Oh, there you go.
And I know we don't think anything like Rush.
No.
But this dude can shred on bass. I mean, he is like, trying to think of two players that would be a good. Definitely, he's like our Cliff Burton. He plays with his fingers, just freaking shreds, and he comes up with awesome. I mean, he writes bass lines. So he's not on this current album.
Oh, okay.
He's on the next album, and just some of the stuff we've been working on so far.
Nice.
It's awesome. It's more expansive sound. He'll kind of go off on his own, and he'll add all these different textures that you don't. He's not just following the guitar parts. So I'm pretty excited to tour in the studio.
Awesome. So the music starts. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Ryan. What were you saying?
Does backing vocals live for us now too.
Oh, nice.
So.
Excellent. I was just gonna say, so you write the music, and then you take but then you also take elements from other members of the band. You basically you start the song. You start to do the songwriting process, and then you get to take elements from other band members and incorporate that, and then allow it to grow and become something a little more interesting, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's awesome.
The guy in the middle, we don't care about him. Next guy over, that's John Parker. He is our third guitar player. And John and I go way, way, way back. Him and I were in a metalcore band called Nodes of Rand PA in the early, mid-2000s. And that guy, I mean, I was in a van with him 6 months out of the year. We were just touring constantly. But we're still. It's amazing that we're still in bands together, that we haven't killed each other.
Right. Right.
John, as far as writing with John, there's definitely things in the March and Arms stuff that I think you can hear and think, hey, that does kind of sound like Nodes of Rand VA, because Nodes of Rand VA, I was the drummer in that band.
Yes. I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
John would always. Him and I were kind of the main songwriters in that too. So I'd write a lot of guitar parts too. But John, his kind of characteristic thing, he plays these. I don't know if there's an exact word for it. It's like an octave power chord. You play a power chord, but you omit the fifth. So he's just playing these octaves on the A string, and he adds kind of like this emotional layer to the song. So if you have like this riff, he'll add this kind of very simple basic melody, but it sets a mood to the riff. So
right.
I played with that dude forever. And then the last guy in the photo on the right, that's Bobby Cook, and he's our new drummer. Nice. And Bobby is a former guitar player moved to drums. Unlike me, I'm a former drummer moved to guitar. got a killer practice space. Him and his dad for years have had this practice space above this bar, and it's like perfectly set up for bands. We got a full PA set up in there. We got lighting set up in there, almost like kind of like a little bit of a stage set up there. So it works really good for preparing for live shows. You know, I mean, if you're playing, I think in prior practice spaces, I mean, we would even before we'd have shows, we kind of rearrange the equipment so the drums were behind us and, you know, set up like you're going to be playing live.
Yeah.
So yeah, that space works out awesome. And Bobby, he has, holy crap, he is accelerated so much in his drumming. He also is not on Pulse of the Daring, so he will be drumming on the next album as well. But yeah, I'm super excited to get in the studio with these two guys.
Awesome. You talk about John, and something I was going to bring up a bit later, but let's bring it up now. And I'll let you talk about it as much as you want, but Nodes of Ranvier, the band you were in before with John, you were the drummer. John was still playing guitar, I believe. And then I won't go into it if you don't want to, but I just noticed that there was some, like, that band ended because of some tragedy. It was kind of a tragic end to that band. You had a reunion in 2017, I believe, but before that, the band kind of had a long hiatus. And yeah, I don't know if you wanted to talk about that at all, or do you want to just kind of?
Well, so that band, I left the band, I would say maybe a third the way through the writing process of the album that came out on Victory Records.
Okay.
And then after that, you know, at that point, John was the only original member. And so if anytime you have an original member, that person, as other people leave, just starts picking up more and more and more responsibility. So now John's the guy, you know, he's in charge of dealing with managers and tour managers and booking agents and all that stuff, and doing all the paperwork and doing all the finances and all that stuff.
Okay, so it was very amicable, very okay. Then that makes sense why that band. I thought it had something to do with Brady, but if it didn't, then
yeah, Brady, our bass player, and Brady is an amazing human being. So he actually had quit the band before this happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but for people who don't know, Brady he quit the band and he went to a technical school to become a lineman. So he was working on, you know, real high voltage power lines, and there was some, I'm not exactly sure the specific details of the incident, but he was up in a bucket truck and something got energized that wasn't supposed to be, and he was electrocuted so badly. I believe I had a brother-in-law who was also a lineman, and he was taken into some safety training classes, and they mentioned Brady's incident, and they said that is the worst incident that's ever happened in the U.S. where someone survived. Brady was electrocuted so bad that both his arms had to be totally amputated up to the shoulders. But every once in a while I still run into Brady. I mean, he is married now. He's got a couple kids.
Oh, right on.
Oh, that's awesome. It's a happy ending of that story.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. The happy ending of that story. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, great. So that's, yeah. I just I was looking you up, and the reunion show. Were you part of that?
Yes. Actually, the reunion show kind of was March in Arms because.
Oh, okay.
So many member changes over the years. So what happened is our record label, Face Down Records, they were having their 20-year anniversary, and they called us up. And they were like, "Hey, we'll fly you guys out to Los Angeles. We want to put on this 20th anniversary show." And Nodes hadn't played in 10 years. I mean, it was totally broke up. Didn't really have John and I kind of sat there and wondered for a while, like, what lineup do we even put back together for this? And we thought,
oh, sorry,
didn't mean to play back together the years to come lineup. And we just had a hard time, you know, everyone's kind of spread out over the country, and it was just so hard to get that back together. So what we ended up doing is I moved back to drums, and then Kyle, who was the vocalist on the Victory Records album, who's a good friend of ours because he does a lot of video work for March in Arms, he came up, and we got him going. And we, you know, I mean, we practiced for that show for 3 months because we had to figure out how to even play stuff again. If people
right? Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, if you haven't played in that long.
10 years.
It's not marching arms. It's not anthematic songs. It's progressive, chaotic. You know, there's stuff in there where even, you know, the stuff that John and I wrote, we had to sit there and just listen over and over and over again, like, what the hell notes were we playing here? And yeah, we spent a good 3-4 months putting that reunion together, and then it was essentially March in Arms with me on drums, back to drums, and then Kyle Benke on vocals, and we flew out to Los Angeles and played that show, and then we played a local hometown show, and I think 3 or 4 other shows kind of in the Midwest. Okay. Yeah.
I actually have that here. Because of our technical issues tonight, you're not going to be able to hear it, but this is the live performance. Nodes of WWI performing here. I'm going to play a little bit for the for our show here tonight. So let's just check it out. And there you are, back on drums.
Did you have to relearn how to play drums, or are you still kind of playing those as?
That's a good question.
As time goes on.
First 15 minutes, I was garbage.
That's an honest answer.
Little out of practice.
A very honest answer.
It was just getting used to being on the stool and kind of finding my core strength again. Because when you play drums, you kind of have to balance yourself just right. So it was just kind of relearning where to kind of center myself, so I didn't blow my energy just trying to stand up straight. But it came back pretty fast.
Sweet. All right, awesome. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play a little more of this just for the audience here. Just check it out, and then we can hear the difference between what was before and what became with March in Arms. We'll check out one of your music videos just after that. So would this be during the beginning of the show, or were you already past the 15-minute mark where you found your sea legs again for the drums?
Oh, well, I found my sea legs way before the show.
that's what you mean. Oh, okay, when you're practicing. Right. Gotcha. Okay.
It's actually the last song of the set, if I remember correctly. So now the guy clapping in the video, that's Kyle. And the guy in the white shirt, who you're going to see on vocals, that's Thomas Henches, who is the original vocalist for Nodes of WWI. The reason he's on this show is because this is the local show in Sioux Falls, so he lives there.
Right. Okay. Crowd loves you.
Very different. That's definitely different.
Very different, yeah. I wanted to get Jay's reaction to that, yeah, because I know he wouldn't have heard this yet.
No, I actually didn't check this out.
Kind of metalcore. Much heavier, yeah.
Now we're even multi-vocalist metalcore.
All right, I thought I'd play that because I think that'd be a fun, like, just stroll down memory lane playing that last show. So I'm assuming then that'll be it. No more Nodes of WWI anymore. That's done, right? Sweet. All right, so
we possibly making another album.
Oh, you heard it here first on the Wicked Wally webcast.
That's right.
Nodes of WWI might be back.
I think John and I would be able to bust out another album pretty quick. For some reason, that style of music is, to me anyways, much easier to write than March in Arms. Just because the way every Node song was written was, oh, I got a cool riff. You got a cool riff? Okay, how do we transition from that to that? Okay, I got another cool riff. You got a cool riff?
Okay, yeah.
It's just writing the riff and combining it together. There was no, maybe there was magic to that. I didn't think it was magic. It was just, here, we got some cool riffs. We're at the 5-minute mark. Okay, that's a song.
Somebody write some words for this shit. Let's go.
That's sick. All right, yeah. I could see that, and with March in Arms, you're trying to make every song memorable and catchy. That's actually
well, it's hard to write catchy music,
and doing more with less notes and less. You know what I mean? Doing more with less and making it good is probably could be a lot harder, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you're going for a specific thing, you're focused on trying to create that versus let's just take whatever we got and put it together.
Kitchen sink. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, I do have here a live video of March in Arms playing. So I actually want to put that in comparison. But man, this live performance, when I watch this, the crowd is just with you the whole way. So I'm looking forward to this. So I gotta get past the. There we go. All right, we're going to pull this up for our audience here. This is a live performance by March in Arms, and we're looking at the song Hellion / No Year's Resolution. This is the video. The video we're looking at is from Frustrated Incorporated. So Frustrated Incorporated, you've worked with Frustrated Incorporated. They helped with your most recent music video, actually. Isn't that true, Ryan?
That's Kyle. That's Kyle.
That is Kyle. So that's Kyle from the other video. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't actually recognize him because I was watching. There's a video of him doing a heavy metal workout. Doing heavy metal workouts. So we're gonna check that out in a bit. But I did make the connection there. I didn't actually recognize him in the video. So we'll look at that. So that's pretty cool. So it all comes full circle. But yeah, I dug into his YouTube channel to be able to find this video because it's a stellar live performance. You have a live performance music video where you have the studio recording over top of the live footage, but I really liked this because you get a raw, real feeling of what it's like to see you guys live, and I think it'd be stellar. A stellar show. So here, let's go ahead and pull this up, and there we go.
Get back to the present here.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on.
Oh, a little Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Nice intro.
Second. That's just awesome. That's what I would expect to kind of like. I was hoping it would be that good, because you hear a studio recording from a band, you don't know if the live performance is going to match.
That's always so disappointing when that happens too.
Yeah, and it definitely does. The energy is there. The timing, everything just sounds legit. Like, it just sounds really, really legit. So, go ahead.
It's actually the first time we ever played that song.
Oh.
That was before it was recorded. No one had heard that before. So yeah, we opened. That was when was that set? 2018, I think. And we opened with that new song. So yeah. Never playing it before. I thought it went pretty good.
Yeah, that's on Pulse of the Daring. Yeah, it's an excellent track. It went fantastic. It was fantastic. So, all right. So that was awesome. I want to actually check out the Welcome to the Blitz, the music video for that. So a description for this video that we're going to watch, the music we're going to watch here, is the Brits greet Hitler's Luftwaffe bombers with millions of high explosive shooting stars, a heavy metal song for the fighting spirit of London during World War II. So you didn't ask this yet, but what's the interest in war? Like, what's the interest in those themes? Are you a history buff? Or are you just a history nerd? That kind of thing. You love old school, or do you actually have a personal connection to the military or to war? I wanted to ask you about that.
I definitely have a personal connection. I have great uncles, grandparents who all fought in the wars.
Wow.
War I and II. But military history has always fascinated me since I was a young kid. And so kind of the genesis for March in Arms was everyone always compares us to Sabaton, but we didn't even know Sabaton existed until
oh, that's cool.
Before we released our first album, Sheldon and I went to go see Nightwish in the States, and Sabaton's opening for Nightwish, and we're like, who are these other bands? And it was Delane and Sabaton.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a good lineup.
Yeah, that's a really good lineup.
Yeah, and Sabaton came out, and the vocalist Joachim announces the song Primo Victoria.
Yeah,
which is about the landings of D-Day, and explains what it's about. And I slap Sheldon on the arm, and I'm like, "That's just like Overlord, our song."
Hey, these guys stole our shit.
but where I got the idea to do a band that was all military history is the band Iced Earth. In 2003 or 2004, they came out with an album called The Glorious Burden, which had it was all historic battles, and then there was, I guess, like a B-side to the album. There was a 3-part song called the Gettysburg Trilogy, and it's 3 songs that describe the Battle of Gettysburg during the American Civil War. And I remember hearing that album and just thinking, like, oh man, I love military history. It'd be so awesome to create a band that's all they sing about is military history, because I think it's important if you're gonna, me thinking about moving from being a drummer to being a vocalist and actually writing lyrics, like, I want to write about stuff that I care about. I don't want to just do a bunch of made up bullshit. So having something that I'm passionate about, that really motivated me to take it to create a band based on that. So
cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. The Luftwaffe, I had to look it up. It's the German Air Force. I am not a history buff, but you got me interested in it. I was doing a bunch of reading, and I'm like, I got to find out more about this. Your music got me more interested in the history. Here, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here. Let me. We'll close all this out of here, and there we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna show the audience this. This is one of the, I believe this is one of the airplanes. Is it a
Fokker? Is it a Fokker?
I don't know. Actually, let's ask Ryan. He's the expert here.
Maybe a Folkwerf.
Yeah, that's what it says in the URL.
Look at that. Yeah, you know your stuff. Yeah, so this is what we're so Brits greet the Hitler's Luftwaffe bombers with millions of high explosive shooting stars. Oh man. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to this kick-ass song. Let's do this. Pull this over here. And we'll listen to it for a bit, and then I want to pause. I want to actually talk a bit about the music video. So we'll do that in a bit.
Oh. The nightly siege of London has begun. The city is dressed for battle. Here they come.
Where'd you grab that audio from? That the clip at the beginning.
It is from a back during in the 40s. They actually do news clips for what was going on in the war at the beginning of movies in movie theaters. So it's been something that rolled in a movie theater before. It's part of it's like a mini documentary kind of put together back during the time this was happening.
Right, because they didn't have television. It was either movie theaters or radio, right? So that's all they had for updates on this stuff. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, a lot of documentaries at the beginning of movies. I think I've seen clips of some of that online as well. Let's go ahead and listen to some more of this. Shit, I'm almost through the whole song already. Okay. I usually don't let it go that long.
That's not a super long song, though.
That's true. It's pretty short. So Kyle Beneke, is that how you say his last name? Kyle's the one who helped with it, who actually worked on this music video. Did he shoot it, or what did Kyle do on this video?
Yeah, he filmed it.
He filmed it. Filmed it. Did the editing as well?
Filmed it and edited. The dude is amazing. He actually film for a living. He works for it's actually like an assisted living company down in Omaha, Nebraska, and they must do a lot of video work there. He'll sit there and be on his computer and in 5 minutes put together like a 3-minute video. Oh. And we're just like, how did you put that together that fast?
Shit.
The finished cut of that, he sent us like 6 versions to choose from.
Oh, and wow.
Holy crap.
So yeah, he's super talented at that.
He must have had some of it in his head too, I would imagine, while he's filming it as well. So this is are you in a warehouse, or where was this shot?
So our drummer at the time, and the drummer in that video, his family owns a pallet shop.
Okay.
Definitely some pallets there.
There's some pallets there. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
This was to just make pallets and grind up pallets for firewood and stuff like that. So we're in this warehouse and there's pallets stacked up like 40 feet tall, and we found this little cavern. There was a narrow hallway between all these pallets. And I mean, originally, we knew we weren't going to be able to film on the streets of London. I mean, we're not
A little ambitious.
Especially now.
Yeah. So we just kind of thought, I mean, can we get something that just looks like it's in the alley of some, maybe people will think it's the industrial district of London or something. I don't know. So in the end, we weren't really too concerned about the actual setting, as we wanted to play more with the lighting. We wanted it to kind of have kind of like an 80s look to it.
Yep.
What I like about that song is that song, it almost kind of sounds like it could have been on radio in the 80s. Like it's almost like
totally sounds like that to me. That's this was one where I was listening to. I was like, this kind of sounds like Foreigner or it's like something right out of the 80s, or like that 80s kind of hard rock that was really, really popular back then. You guys totally nailed that sound on this one.
And I always compare it to Def Leppard, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Def Leppard is the most 80s British hard rock band, 80s metal band you could think of from Britain. And so it fit perfectly with a song about the defiance of Britain during World War II, during the Blitz.
Your drummer just has to do with one arm, though, right? Isn't that Def Leppard?
No, this sounds like when he still had two arms, Def Leppard, not one arm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sweet. All right. I'm gonna finish off the song. It's almost done, so let's just finish it off. It's a warehouse. They make pallets. I still caught up on that. It looks good.
Didn't you figure that out by looking at it?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. I mean, I knew there was. I didn't know they made them. That's. It just goes to show what you can do with lighting and smoke and camera angles.
And someone that knows what they're doing with video.
Yeah, and how to edit properly. Like it's a nice looking video. And it's just at a pallet warehouse. So it's actually pretty impressive.
I've got a funny story about fog too. We had 3 fog machines and decided not to put enough fog. I mean, it's a big warehouse. We needed tons of fog. So we went and got a mosquito fogger that has a propane tank up to the back of it, and we put the fog juice inside of that. And it's all for our life filming that. There was so much fog in there. The cement floor was oily, and so I look cool and have this big wide power stance, and my legs are just
sliding on fog.
Falling all over the place. I don't know how there's no way they could have driven a forklift back there by the time we were done. Phil had to get like that.
That's funny. That's funny.
Pound off the floor after we were done.
I love hearing stories like that, because music videos, like, oh yeah, they're cool. It must have been so much fun to shoot that video. But there's always little things that are pain in the ass. It looks cool on the video, but there's always little things that are pain in the ass. So that's funny. The fog looks great. You made the right call to get the mosquito.
You cleaned that thing out before you used it, though, right? There was no
pesticides in there.
It's 50-50.
50-50 mixture. That's there you go. You wanted a more authentic experience, like the mustard. You want to be like mustard gas, maybe. Here, we'll listen to a bit more. And then the logo,
even 80s looking,
80s looking logo at the end. Yeah, it's not your typical, your normal logo, but you got a special version. That's awesome. Yeah, very 80s. You definitely captured that. Did a great job capturing that, Ryan. You and the band. Okay, so yeah, and we mentioned earlier that we talked about the director Kyle and editor. There was a video you posted though on your social media, something that he did. I don't know how recent this was. 2019, so it's a little while ago. But I just kind of found this funny. I want to watch a little bit of this. He's got a YouTube channel, Frustrated Incorporated. So if you want to see all the cool stuff he's worked on, he's got a lot of live. Edited performances as well he does on his channel. He's got a lot of really cool stuff on there. But this is something you posted on your Facebook page, on the Martian Arms Facebook page, the Metalhead workout. So I wanted to pull this up. It says the Metalhead workout. Here we go. Let's check this out.
Hey now, come on. Hey, welcome to my basement. This is also my gym. In all my years of working out, I've never seen a work.
It's like the most ghetto gym.
It's his basement. It's also his gym, but it's his basement.
Look at all the posters too. I wonder if he had those before or if he put those for the video. Like is that his actual motivation? Like there's a Misfits poster back there. That's actual motivation for working out. I listen to a lot of metal when I work out.
I only listen to metal whenever. Actually, that's not true. I do listen to podcasts too, but other than that, it's metal.
Right.
Workout specifically designed for metalheads, and I think that's a shame. I think it's a shame. I think it's wrong. So I'm gonna change all that today. I'm gonna give you a few pointers. I'm gonna give you some new exercises to implement into your routine, and I think you'll like them. So, pain, sweat, blood, tears, suffering. It's all guaranteed.
Hot tip. If there's blood, you're doing it wrong. There's not supposed to be blood. There's not supposed to be blood. Although I know I've told the story a number of times. For the first time I saw Iron Maiden live, I did cough up blood after the show because I was singing so hard. That is true. So you can bleed. That's pretty metal, I think. But you do not want to be bleeding while you're working out. That's not ideal.
Enjoy.
Here, I'm actually going to turn it down just a little bit. I don't want my video to get taken down.
You're going to get demonetized.
Well, no, every video is demonetized. That's just because there's other people's music on here. That's fine. I don't want to actually I don't want the video actually just like removed. So let's just we can talk over it a bit here. There we go. So, all right, he's throwing up and down here.
That doesn't look like fun.
Oh, it's a skull. It's a skull. Master of pull-ups. It's all puns. That's what it is. It's all puns. Master of pull-ups. Is he actually doing pull-ups there, or is he stepping on something? That doesn't... There you go. That's the answer. Angel of Dead lifts. Oh, he's got a deadlift bar. That's not too bad. That's pretty cool. I don't have one of those. The wide deadlifts too. It's a better form. Better for your lower back to do deadlifts with a wide bar. Ride the lightning. Just
a bike. He's riding it.
That's about as metal as you can get, is riding that bike. So, yeah, I didn't expect to see this goofy shit like that. But yeah, if you want to check that out, check out more of that video. It's he's got a YouTube channel. Here, we'll take a look at it. He's got a YouTube channel called Frustrated Incorporated. Got a bunch of awesome videos on there as well. So yeah, he's worked on a number of music videos. He just does a ton of this shit. Hey, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, and so I also noticed too, you're Ryan. You're signed with NFL. That's definitely not correct. RFL Records. RFL Records out of Pittsburgh, and they also have some reach into South Korea and the rest of the world. Do you have an audience from around the world? Were you surprised by any fans from other parts of the globe, or perhaps even South Korea, like they mentioned on their page?
Well, actually, before we even signed with them, we were shipping out our own orders. Okay. And I would say 85% of them went to Europe.
Oh,
that's not surprising.
Yeah,
that's not surprising at all.
Sweet.
Yep, there's been a couple to Japan, some Australia, but mainly Europe. A lot of Germany. Yeah. Lots of Germany.
Yeah. Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. There's lots of good metalheads in Germany.
Yes.
Very metal-friendly country.
Definitely. Well, they have metal on the radio and, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, you know, like here.
Well, they have Wacken, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
You don't have one of the meccas of metal if you don't have any metal in the country.
That's true. Very true. There's another awesome music video. This is from a while back. I want to check this one as well with you, Ryan. It's for your song Ashes. Ashes. This is back from 2018. This is from your previous self-titled album. This song, I believe, right? Ashes,
yes.
yeah, correct. And this video, this is stellar. It's not just lighting and what is it, palettes. There's a little bit more going on. You got some actors in here, people doing some acting in here. Even though that video looks great for the how simple it is, it looks fantastic, that other video. But yeah, this is really stellar. I want to pull this up, and you had some really cool thank yous, I believe, on this video. Here, let's pull this up. Yeah, so this video, Ashes, is really stellar. You have some really cool thank yous. I want to talk about this. Let's watch a little bit of it first, and then I want to talk about the thank yous you have on this, because it's really a lot of cool. I want to find out more about the background here. So these three actresses here, where did you find them? They're I guess they're playing the partners of fallen soldiers, I'm assuming, in this.
Yeah, the farthest girl away, that's actually Sheldon, our guitar player's wife.
Okay.
And then the closer to, I actually went, I don't know what I was thinking when I first went to college. I'm a college dropout, but I went for theater. And so I made good friends. The theater director there, and so I reached out to her to source a couple actresses for us.
Okay, nice. Yeah, because they know what they're doing in this video. It doesn't look like just like random people. Like there's a very stoic look. There's some legitimate acting going on there. Oh, it's kind of quiet. There we go. So, sorry, I stopped right there. We see the lyrics, but we also see a lot of bullets and actual memorabilia. In the description, you actually thank Vincent and Roxanne at ABN Army Surplus for helping make this authentic. So there's actually legitimate Army like memorabilia that's in this video, right?
Yeah, the main thing that Vincent was perfect for this video. Vincent is a Navy vet, and he was actually part of an honor guard for a few years. Mm-hmm. So his job was bringing back fallen soldiers. So I wanted the gravity of the situation, what we were filming, and I did not want to even remotely mess around with taking any liberties with it. Mm-hmm. We wanted to be because it's a very serious video.
That's why. Okay.
He helped us out. The uniform that the actor's wearing, he nailed that down to a T. We even based the insignias and the awards and patches on his dress uniform is based on how old that actor is and how high of a rank he could have even achieved in the military. Like, we down to every minute little detail, and every gesture, every movement he does in the video is exactly as it would be at one of those ceremonies.
That's awesome. That's incredible. That's where you got the accuracy from. So that's really incredible. Okay, let's check it out. Let's watch this.
Watching us suffer, there's no other way. The places I've been, the loss of our brothers, but I'm fine. So I say, lifting away the chance of survival, like sand through my hands. But I'm coming back, a hopeless denial. Count down the days one by one. A swan to her, ashes to ashes. I'll try and kill my way to you. I haven't seen her for so long, but there may come a time to leave my life down. And she'll still love me when I'm gone. Sending down rain, a full boat of 50. The glorious sound, walls of hot lead and treason protect me. Who dares wins now? Smashing for souls like the god of thunder. I'll hammer them all. I may save myself, but I won't be saved. Count down the days one by one. To feel her breath, let's slaughter 1,000. I'll try and kill my way to you. I haven't.
Who did do the part of the video with the words and the dog tags and the bullets? That was really well done. Even the part where there was something written in ash and it was blown away, like, it was very well done. Who did all that work?
So I had the idea for this video, and I storyboarded the whole thing out.
Oh, wow.
And getting to the first round of editing on it, the guy who was filming it, he kind of decided we need something else. There's just too much. We don't have enough content, because it's kind of a long song, and there wasn't enough content of just the band playing. And I didn't want it to really be about the band playing.
Right.
I wanted it to be more about the feeling. But then I thought, like, well, it'd be awesome to have some of those poignant lyrics in there. So I printed off the lyrics, and then him and I met at his studio, got a bunch of ammunition, got those dog tags made, made all the props. And yeah, I think I just bought some graphite, like powdered graphite, off there. Yeah. So that last minute addition to the video is actually one of my favorite parts.
I think so. I think it really ups the production quality of the video.
And it's really well done. Like, it doesn't look like it's half-assed. It's really solid looking.
All right. So who is that in the video? The soldier? That's
one of our friends.
Okay. Jed. Okay, dumb question. I got a dumb question. I think sometimes dumb questions are the most fun. I always see the music videos. You see the cymbal getting hit by the drums, and then there's like all this dust comes off of it. And it looks really badass, right? It looks like the cymbal's been sitting there for, no one's touched it for how long. Here's my dumb question: how do you achieve that? What do you put on top of the cymbal to do that, or is that just because it's in slow motion that it looks that way? I'm assuming there's something sprinkled on top of the cymbal to get that.
We swept the floor up and put dust all over the cymbals.
Okay.
Andrew's like, "What are you doing? Put this shit all over my drum."
Yeah, and he's wearing this black jacket, and by the time we got like shit, you look like the ghost of Christmas past.
Okay, I like when I ask dumb questions. Usually they're the most entertaining ones. Okay, all right. Let's keep. We're almost in the video. We'll watch till the end here, and then I have some fun stuff I want to bring up, which I was quite surprised. There's some. We'll talk about it in a bit. I'm trying to kill my way to you. That line, it hits me.
Kind of morbid, but
it's morbid,
so true,
though,
right?
Right? Yeah. Anyway.
There may come a time to leave my life down. It's just to love me when I'm gone. I had to kill my way to you. I haven't seen it for so long. But there may come a time to leave my life down. It's just to love me when I'm gone. It's just to love me when I'm gone.
So, the access to the military vehicle. How did you get access to the military vehicle and I guess what looks like caskets like this? There's flags over top. That looks legitimate. It doesn't look like it's a warehouse that makes pallets. It looks like it's real. So how did you get access to that?
So we actually live in Sioux Falls, our hometown. There's an Air Force base here.
Okay.
And I have a few friends who work there, so I made some calls and we tried to get a C-130 aircraft because that's what that's supposed to be.
Right. I thought at first that's what it was, actually, but then I realized no, it's not. But
That worked. So actually, that is filmed at the pallet shop. So
He fooled you. Wally got fooled.
okay, if I have time, we officially have the clip for this episode. Okay, anyway, continue, Ryan.
at the pallet shop, they have all these big semi-trailers. So we took a 50-foot enclosed semi-trailer, and I studied meticulously the inside of a C-130, and we put drop cloths up and made it look like the insulation. Mm-hmm. We put framing, we put wiring in there.
Wow.
That red, the jump seats on the side. The C-130s always have these characteristic red 1-inch webbing strapped jump seats that fold down. So I ordered webbing. We're sitting there. We spent 3 days building that set, the whole band. And we're sitting there with staple guns, making this webbing out of this strap that I ordered. Then we had the doors swung all the way open on the back of the semi-trailer because they're like vertical doors. Yeah. And I had to watch videos of how the ramp door on a C-130 opens, and it's actually two doors at the top, and then one comes down. And what you don't see in that shot is there's 4 guys on the outside of that.
Holy shit!
Crazy production, but I have had people who are familiar with that aircraft that thought that was we were actually inside of a C-130.
Fuck! Holy fuck!
You guys are dedicated. That is impressive. That is so impressive.
That was actually filmed at the pallet shop. Jesus. Okay, Ryan. Oh man, that's a wonderful thing to get wrong. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I know we're laughing. It's very serious. I want to say as well, like it's a very. I appreciate the fact that you take these topics very seriously, and when you shoot your music videos, your lyrics, everything is done with the utmost respect to the material that you're covering, and I mean that. I know we just had a little bit of a laugh at your ingenuity in the music video, but something I did notice, and I didn't expect this. I thought I'm gonna look into this band, and the music's very, very respectful and serious, and I mean it still is. But you do have a fun side on your social media outside of when you're not talking about the serious topics, when you're not actually talking about the military. There is this random fun side that comes out here and there, and I wanted to play some videos that shows this random fun side because I'm a bit of a goofball, if you can't tell. And there's two videos. The first one I want to watch here is this Full House parody video. I don't know if I'll get through the whole thing, but let our audience, let the folks know who are going to be watching this what this video is about. Do you know the Full House parody video? Oh, Ryan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull this.
Well, I mean, I mean, you guys are from Canada, right?
Well, we know Full House.
Yeah, we know Full House.
We definitely know Full House. Yeah.
Yeah. This is so us and another band. We were doing a local show, and we got in this kick of every time we do a local show, we do some big stupid promo video. Decided to do a Full House parody for it. The hardest part for this was tracking down that damn car because we had to get the car they had in the Full House intro to the show. So yeah, I call around. I'm kind of involved in the car community here, and so I have some connections. We tracked down the exact car.
Yeah, well, now that we know a little bit about how you make videos, of course you had to get the exact car.
Definitely. All right, let's watch a little bit of this. I don't know if we'll get to the whole thing, but let's watch a bit of this. And there's one more fun video, too, here you did. We'll have to check out. Probably one more of these promos. But this next one we're going to watch after this really hit home for me, and you're going to find out why in a bit.
Wally.
Sorry, Ryan. What?
My phone is about to die. Play the whole thing. I'm going to get a cord and plug this thing in.
Okay, go for it. Yep.
Whatever happened to predictability? Man, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please.
There they are. That's awesome. Great. That's great. With the teddy bear too. Yeah. Different ball.
Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, the night is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look,
that tank top is hot.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Full House parody. Very well done. Very well done for just a little joke video. Awesome. So the next one, the next video I'm going to pull up here. Hopefully they get that cable soon enough. The next video we're going to pull up here is and Jason, you're gonna know why this one hit home for me. The next video is called Rock Band Dad Van.
Is this something about your future?
Yeah. It's like my whole life now. I think I talk about it on every single episode now. It's my life now. So, hey, Ryan, you found your cable?
Yes, we're good to go now. Okay.
Perfect. We have power. Okay, no, the show's not over yet. All right. So the video I'm going to pull up next is, I said this one holds a special place in my heart, and I laughed pretty hard when I watched it the first time. Rock Band Dad Van. That's the one. It's because I am now I'm a recently new father, parent, and I actually just. I swore I would never buy a fucking van, but I did.
Didn't really mean it when you swore it though, right? Just folded like cheap deck of cards. All right, time for the van. Let's go.
So yes, it's brand new. It's actually.
Oh, it's brand new. That makes it all better.
It's very nice. It's a very nice van. But anyway, so this hit home. I'm assuming there's some dads in the band. Let's watch a little bit of this, and then I want you to kind of explain what the thought process was behind this. Right when you put this together.
Oh, hey there. I'm John.
Oh, hey there. Sounds almost
Sheldon.
Canadian.
I'm Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Scott. And I'm Ryan, and
oh my God.
we're in a little band.
Ryan, do you wear glasses as well, or
No.
no?
Thrift store and bought all this crap.
like honestly, because I mean, you don't have the beard and everything. Like, you're honestly unrecognizable in this video. Doesn't look like the same person at all.
The guy who filmed that, it's not Kyle. The guy who filmed that, he's the guy that did all the funny videos is the same guy.
Okay.
And he came over to my house, and I walked out wearing that, and he just like, no one recognized me.
No, you don't look like the same person at all. Completely changed your appearance, and you do look. Are there any actual dads in the van right now?
John, at the very beginning, he has 3 boys, and Phil has a boy and a daughter.
Okay, there we go. So there are some actual dads in the van. Yeah, it hits home, but it also kind of like, I don't feel as cool anymore.
It wasn't the van.
It wasn't the van. That's fair.
Couldn't have been the van.
I'm Ryan, and we're in a little band called Marching Arms.
So that must be where the Sonic Maximizer goes into the turbo and then comes out of the exhaust wastegate fluid.
That's what I call a hemi. I feel like if we got this baby up to 88 miles an hour, we could travel through time.
What does this thing have, a flux capacitor?
Marty!
Dad jokes. Really bad dad jokes.
Fellas, this speaker system is straight up totes up.
Wait, are you legit plugged into the van?
No, I think we had like a little practice amp there.
Oh, okay. Is it connected to the cigarette lighter or what?
I don't know what there was an audio input there, but it wasn't. I mean, obviously the minivan doesn't have a 1/4-inch jack in it. I can't remember.
It looks like it does. Mine didn't come with that.
No, yours probably is Bluetooth.
Hey, that's
So these things have got to be weaved like one strand at a time, right?
good craftsmanship.
Those stupid belts.
Is everyone buckled in?
Nope.
Yeah, we gotta check. That'll be me. That's my future. Hey, buckled in.
Everybody go to the bathroom before we leave?
Bathroom.
Hagar once said, I can't drive 55. Well, I could all day long. You get better fuel economy, it's a fact. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, and you've got to be ready for anything. Squirrel! Say, fellas, You mind rolling your windows back up? I'm not paying to air condition the whole neighborhood here. Go through life 100 miles an hour nonstop. Sometimes 35 is the safe, responsible speed limit. Or slower.
Or
This
slower.
thing handles like a ton of rails.
Who really knows what's next for us? Major Music Award, a world tour, or is it something so big that we can't even really comprehend it yet? What's this guy doing here? One. No, go.
Wait, no, wait. What do
Go.
What?
Land?
Hold on. What the? What? I thought he was going up.
Okay, who's in the other vehicle? Is that like just a random person, or is that a friend of yours?
That's John.
Okay. Like, there's no way that's just. If that was improvised, though, I'd be pretty impressed.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's he doing?
Wait a second. No, just
Give him some room. Okay,
Yeah.
he's going.
He's going. Maybe hold on. Wait, over there. Stop. Wait, no. Hold on. Wait. Like where? What?
Oh,
Just
this is awful.
get closer, and then
Yeah,
we'll let
yeah.
him
Oh,
go
wait.
in. We can take another spot. Hold on. Maybe he is coming out. Wait a
No,
second.
I think
What?
he is coming out.
Hold on.
I don't know.
You mean just when you think it's gone on a little too long, it actually gets funnier. So anyway, I'm assuming you didn't have like much of a plan. You just kind of like come up with all these crazy ideas and spent a day just filming this thing. Is that kind of how that came together?
So I had all these jokes written for this thing. So the way this is, our friend, he worked. So if you see that last shot, it says WWI Motor Cars. That's a Honda dealership in our hometown. And the guy that made that video worked for them. And he talked them into a position where he would film video. He was like the videographer or something like that. And he talked them into I got a great idea. Let's take the Honda Odyssey and we'll do a rock band and a dad band. And I know this band. And I think whatever idea he had for how it was going to turn out,
It's not a sales. It's not a sales pitch for the van. That's for sure. It's not selling the van.
Well, on a different edit, it could be maybe.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly. It was. I think it was spelled. I think WWI thought it was to be more towards selling the van, and it ended up being, I think, the most watched video they've ever put out. But Eli told me after that came out, like shortly after, they cut his position.
Oh shit! Holy shit!
We got some results, and then they axed him.
Oh,
unreal!
Damn it! Damn it! Oh wow. Okay. Anyway, okay, so so Ryan, that is what I had for the interview tonight. We covered some serious topics, some fun topics. We laughed, we cried, we learned things tonight. So thanks for joining the show tonight. I wanted to throw over to you one last time to. I'll try to be quiet. I always try my hardest to say what's coming up next for the band. Plug anything you want to plug. Where to follow you. Where to find you. And we do have a review segment coming up next. And I know we were having some audio issues at the beginning of the show, but there is a potential way you could be part of it. You just won't be able to see us anymore. You'll just be able to hear the music. Did you still want to join us for that after?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you'll just be able to hear it, but that's all you really need, right? Okay, great. Go ahead. I'll throw it over to you, Ryan, and I'll try to be quiet for the next 30 seconds.
Okay, check us out on Facebook, March in Arms. We are on Instagram at March in Arms. Our YouTube channel is March in Arms Metal. Our website is marchinarms@bandcamp.com, and you can buy CDs, hoodies, koozies. We got a bunch of merch. As far as what's next for the band, we are currently working on the third album. The whole COVID thing kind of screwed everything over with playing a lot of shows, but we're still trying to get a lot of stuff lined up, and hopefully get back into the studio next summer and get working on the next album. So yeah.
Stellar. Awesome. Okay. Let's do some reviews. Before we do that, I'm going to do a quick change here and try to share my audio with you. So try to do this as painlessly as possible. Any thoughts, Jay? Jason?
I want to see these guys play live. That's definitely top of mind. You guys got to come up here to Canada, or Wiley and I got to figure out a way to get into the States, because I want to see a live show. This looks like it'd be so much fun.
Absolutely, 100%.
We have we're going to be releasing them in the next over the next few weeks here. We had a really awesome live show in our hometown a couple months ago, and Kyle edited together these videos, and they look insane. A big reason for that is we got to play this amazing venue here, and so there's a 25-foot digital video screen behind us with like walls of, and like we've got this massive stage we made. So over the next few weeks we'll be launching those. So we have quite a bit of content that's just been kind of stacked up and held back here. We're going to start releasing that stuff over the next month or so.
And it's just like, what, a 5 or 10 part series or something like that, all from one show or one performance?
We narrowed it down to, I think, 5 or 6 songs that we got edited together really good. And then we made a live for that song that we played earlier in the show, that New Year's resolution. We have it's the live footage from that show to the studio recording of that song. So that'll be launching as well. So yeah, it's some really cool stuff coming up.
Sweet. Thanks, Ryan. So just make sure we get everything working. Just tell me if you hear some of your music playing.
Yep.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, great. So we got our little hack set up, and we'll be able to review the music tonight. So it's time for some reviews. All right, time for some reviews here on the Wicked Wally webcast. We have some great tunes for tonight, I think. So we'll see what Ryan thinks. We'll see what Jason thinks.
We'll be the judge of that.
They'll be the judge of that. I don't know. I think we got some great tunes tonight. We'll find out. The first band we're going to check out is Vancouver's CRNKSHFT. It's pronounced crankshaft, but it's spelled CRNKSHFT. CRNKSHFT. So maybe, I don't know.
Who needs vowels?
Who needs vowels?
Need those stinking vowels.
Makes it Googleable, I think. All right, so CRNKSHFT, we're going to listen to their track Innocence. It's a brand new single from them. It doesn't mention, though, if there's going to be a new album in the works. I hope there is, because this is apparently their new sound. So it's a music video / single for Innocence, mixed and mastered by Kane Churko, who also does Papa Roach, Five Finger Death Punch. So they got a really good mixed and mastered by Kane, along with drums recorded on the track by Ryan Van Puderoyen.
Hey, I know who he is.
Yes, I do know who that is too. Devin Townsend project previously, and now has a kick-ass band, a Monolith, which we've been in chats. Maybe we'll have them on the show in the future here. I've been chatting with Ryan. So hopefully,
they just had a new song out in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Yes, him and John Howard. I interviewed them a couple years ago now, but when they just first started that project. So in Monolith. So excellent credits on this track. Let's see if it lives up, and if you guys dig it as much as I do. So spoiler alert, usually I try not to listen to too much of these reviews before we do them. I give myself just a little bit of a taste so I can give you an honest opinion, but I think I already like this stuff. So spoiler alert, I like it, but I'm curious to hear what Ryan
now our
and
opinion's
Jason.
Spoiled. Now we might as well not even do this anymore.
Only mine matters? No,
now we're tainted. Ryan and I are tainted. We can't give it an honest opinion anymore.
Is that true?
No.
Awesome. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to listen to, again, Innocence from CRNKSHFT from Vancouver. That's probably not how you say it. All right, Innocence. Let's check it. Let's do this.
Revolution
Okay. Initial thoughts.
Should I go first?
If you want, go for it.
Sure, Ryan.
At first, I thought it sounded very... Are you familiar with the band As I Lay Dying?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what I thought I was going to hear. And then it went to kind of a Slipknot sound. And then I can't place what that chorus, that kind of uplifting chorus. That was kind of interesting how that came in. Yeah, it's a cool kind of mix of sounds there, and it all goes together pretty seamlessly.
That first verse there was almost, not quite, but almost a little bit rappy, the way he was singing it there,
right?
Which kind of made me think some of the names that you mentioned here too, like new metal is
Papa
totally
Roach,
back.
right?
Yeah, like
new metal is back.
New metal is back, and these guys almost fit it, but then they kind of changed up and wasn't really too new metal anymore. But definitely rocking pretty good.
Okay, do we need to hear more, or do you guys have a bit of your opinion on this?
You could just play it another minute.
A little minute. Okay.
Let's see where else is going.
Sure.
Control me, we will no longer stand for your lies.
I want to hear the breakdown.
Show me something beautiful I've never known. With this bleeding heart, I'll take it slow. You became a friend of the enemy. Now you're just a coward and I am free. Well, we are so innocent. There's a fire in our soul. There's no limit to our strength. They have our backs against the wall. Let me hear your anger. We can take it back this time. Oh, we are so innocent.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, we are so innocent. There's a fire in our soul. There's no limit to our strength. They have our backs against the wall. Let me hear your anger. We are gonna take it back this time. Oh, we are so innocent.
Short and sweet, but okay, all right. Back to okay. We'll go back to you, Ryan. So, well, actually, before we do that, when we're done our review, what we do on the show is metal horns. So, if you really dig it, 2 metal horns up. You can do 1 metal horn up. You can do metal horn sideways if you're undecided. 2 down, 1 down. So that's
Really
kinda,
any direction you want.
pretty much. It's a little loosey goosey with the metal horns, but it gives you an idea of how we're gonna rate it when we're done. But what did you think?
It's very, very Slipknot. Especially, trying to think. I don't think it's psychosocial, but there's a Slipknot riff that's like dun 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 dun. It's very sounds.
Yeah.
No kidding. I didn't even think of that. Maybe that's why I like it. I'm like, it's that song I like.
Yeah. I love Slipknot. I will. It's not my favorite style, but I know quality, and that's super high quality. So I guess I'm not gonna start off with just giving 2 metal horns to everything. I'll definitely give it 1 metal horn. So does that look like?
You can just do one up. Yeah. This or this, however you want to do it. Yeah. So 1 metal horn from Ryan. Okay, Jason.
I'm also a 1 metal horn. That was enough to get me interested, and I say this often when you put the reviews up. I mean, it's enough to make me want to listen to some more. Like Ryan, I would never give 2 off the bat. It's not the way I operate. But yeah, 1 metal horn, and we'll probably check them out and see what else they got. What else they got?
And I actually used to play CRNKSHFT on the old radio, my old radio days. So I used to play them quite a bit on the radio. So
so these guys have been around for a while.
I think their sounds matured a bit. Well, not matured. gotten better without being an asshole when I say that. It has improved. I mean, also we're hearing that production quality. I mean, there's some legitimate production quality. They that could have been cheap.
No, it sounds pretty polished.
That sounds pretty impressive. So I'm a two metal horns up. I really dug it. I'm a sucker for some of that. There's a lot of new metal influence in that, and I'm still a sucker for that. There's some nostalgia there. So
oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'm two metal horns up, and if that's a sound, if they're going in this direction for more music, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. So, all right. So the next band we're gonna check out. So positive reviews, just not as positive as me. This is fine. The next band we're gonna check out is a band called All Wasted, a metal band from Gothenburg, Sweden. I thought maybe you heard of them.
No,
no.
There's been one or two bands out of there, I think.
There's a few bands out of Gothenburg, Sweden. There's one or two. yeah, some pretty incredible. Anyway, I won't go through all the bands from Gothenburg, Sweden right now. Created by members with attitude. Okay, this is what they say in their promo here. Created by members with attitude that it's time to just have a damn good time. After a couple years of jamming and tuning in the right style, the band decided to go public in 2020, not only with a raw, energetic, punch in the face kind of music. Call it rock and roll, death, or death and roll, or anything else that sounds cool, but it's energetic, heavy, punchy, and easy listened at the same time. Just the right amount of trickiness and party as hell. Just hard enough for the death metal heads, but still simple melodies for straight up rockers. We will be listening to their latest single, Towards the End, off of 2021's Burn With Me, available where you get your music. So we're going to listen to their latest single. It's a lyric video. I guess, Ryan, you might be able to see it well anyway, but we're going to check this out, and if we dig it, we can throw up maybe one more track from them. But again, this is a spoiler alert. I ended up liking this, and I've already been listening to a bunch of it.
Man, you cheated on everything.
So I know. Oh. Usually, I just kind of give it a quick little listen, but I just did a lot of driving recently, so I wanted something to listen to. So I started listening to the stuff for the reviews. This is a HelloFresh advertisement.
It is.
So we're gonna just get through that before we pull that back.
Add
up.
one of two.
Yeah,
don't you love YouTube? Awesome.
Well, that's why you got to pay for premium.
You do.
That's right. I
refuse to pay for premium on YouTube.
It always constantly reminds me. You want to pay for premium? No, I did a trial for a while, but anyway. Okay, so. All right, lyric video for All Wasted, Towards the End. Let's do this. Let's check this out. Oh, just bear with me. Here. There, now we're going to hear it. There we go. Okay. So we hear the first verse and chorus. Initial thoughts.
It's definitely pretty accurate to their description, I think. It's very approachable, but yeah, still a little bit. Well, the vocals are a little harsh, right? So it's not just clean singing, but yeah, super catchy, easy to listen to.
Yeah,
get your head going, your foot tapping. You put that on at a party, people start jumping up and down. Fuck yeah!
Right. Okay, great. Jason likes it. Okay, Ryan.
Two metal horns. I loved it.
Oh, two metal horns.
I'm listening on crappy cell phone speakers. I loved that guitar tone even right away. And that was a killer riff. It reminds me, there's a band from Scandinavia that came out a few years ago. I can't remember it's a really weird name. I can't remember the name of the band right now. They kind of remind me of them. It's not even going to come to me in the next 15 minutes here, but
that's okay. No worries.
That's all right. I'm still trying to figure out what the name of that Slipknot song is in my head.
All right, so we're already digging it. Let's skip ahead a bit. I'll give you my thoughts in a bit because I actually listened to the rest of the album, and I have some further thoughts.
Some deeper analysis?
Kind of. kind of. Here we go. Okay. And we're gonna.
Soul to the dead, I'm going insane.
There's definitely some At the Gates influence here.
Sure. Little Frank Sinatra too.
Sorry, what were you saying, Ryan?
It's feel good at the gates.
Yeah. Yeah. It's party at the gates, which at the gates can be party too, but definitely, yeah.
Chasing what's left of what is gone. Rise for my soul a long time ago.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it totally is.
Okay. I think we're good. I think we got an idea. We already have positive reviews. I don't think anyone's reviews changed. You haven't gotten my thoughts yet, but so Ryan's two metal horns.
We'll go 1.5.
Because you almost you'll never give two metal. Will you ever
I would.
give
If there was one that blew me away completely, sure, I would absolutely.
Okay,
I'm not going to say never, but it's got to be impressive.
And believe it or not, even though for that track, I'm two metal horns up easily for that song and the other singles that they've released easily for the other singles they've released. Two metal horns up. I listened to the entire album though. I'm kind of more here maybe one metal horn because
the whole album.
After listening to the rest of the album, and the only reason I say that is because it's solid. It's great. You can put it on and have it going on in the background party atmosphere. It wouldn't. But if you're sitting and listening to it, like I listen to albums, I analyze everything. The diversity of the album, you don't get enough diversity. Right. Yeah. So they don't pull a march in arms, and even though they have kind of a bit of, it sounds like there's a formula there. There's a lot of interesting things thrown in. They don't pull a march in arms. There's a lot of sameness as you get towards the latter half of the album.
Right. Okay.
So
repetitive almost.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So their singles are definitely their strongest songs on the album, and I would say it's solid all the way through. But yeah, I found by the end I didn't have a desire to listen to it on repeat, right. or like I want to take a break and maybe go back to it again a little later when I've kind of forgotten about it, and then I'll listen to it again. That's sort of where I'm at. So really solid, really great. These guys have a great following actually too. I was actually taking a look. They have a pretty decent following. Not huge, but it seems like it's building, and I can see why. I think the music was going to catch a lot of people. So I'm kind of maybe here. I'll give them one of these, even though I'm not as quite as. Even though I was super stoked when I heard the singles, I was just like I was all the way. So that's my thoughts. All right. So that's Reviewz, and Ryan, thanks again for sticking around for the whole show. Sorry for the technical difficulties early on, but you stuck it through and you charged your phone, so that means you didn't want to. You could have used that as an excuse to get out of here. Even like, yeah, my phone's dying, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta go. So the fact that you plugged it in means you wanted to keep going. So I appreciate that.
You guys are fun. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks so much, Ryan. And I'm going to go ahead and let folks know about some upcoming shows. We got some great ones coming up. Next week is our season finale, actually.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
Wednesday, September 15th. Wednesday, September the 15th. Same Wicked time, same Wicked channel. 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The season 1 finale. I'm excited for this one. Chart Attack with J. Mad Dog Michaels. So Ryan's not going to get this reference at all because he's from the U.S., but we will be joined by Mad Dog Michaels, the host and creator of metal punk rock music video show Chart Attack that aired on Canada's YTV network, and that's the children's television network, believe it or not, in the early 2000s. Since then, Mad Dog has gone on to be very successful in a career in radio, and I did radio for a while, so I'm super interested in that. Currently co-hosting the #1 morning talk show, radio talk show in Canada called The Rush. Through his 20 plus years of a career, he's interviewed a ton of celebrities, and if this show Chart Attack didn't exist, I would not have found a love for heavy music. This is what got me into heavy music. They played Slipknot. We mentioned them before. They mentioned everything from Slipknot to In Flames was on there, to punk music like Gob and Sum 41, bands like that. And then also even I think the heaviest thing I saw in there was Cradle of Filth. He actually played on YTV on the kids network late at night, like just this late night show. I don't know how he got this show and to play all this heavy music. Like Disturbed was on there, Finger 11 when they were still a metal band, stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm personally very excited to have him on the show because it was the very first influence of heavy music where we had nothing but country and all that country music back home. Like that's all it was in my small town. So he introduced me to all this music with his show. Anyways, okay, and then we're gonna take a week off because I'm gonna need a break. When we go on to season 2 of the Wicked Wally webcast, episode number 35, we have the band War on September 29th. Same Wicked time, same Wicked channel, YouTube, Twitch, and YouTube. Raleigh, North Carolina, groove death metal band War. This band is for fans of Pantera, Lamb of God, Machine Head, and Sepultura. Nice. We actually there's the first band we ever did a reviews of on the very first episode, so it's nice to be able to go 1 year later and have them on the show.
Wow, hey,
so yeah, cool. Yeah. That looks weird on my screen, but that's okay. The following week is so Wednesday, October the 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain. Stay Hungry, episode number 36, actually. Stay Hungry with Rav of Ravenous. Calgary, Alberta's speed power metal masters Ravenous have a new album, Hubris, that's going to be coming out in the near future. They released some singles so far. Going to have Rav on their show. Nice. And my first time, as much of a fan as I am of their music, it's the first time I'm going to have a chance to actually do an interview with Rav.
See, that's crazy. You've talked about him so much. It kind of blows me away that you've never actually interviewed him. A ton. Back on the radio, the schedule was packed with a bunch of other bands, and I wanted to get them in there because they had something new. And so Laws, my co-host at the time, is the one that interviewed Rav, and he did a hostile. So he was on the show.
He was on the show, but it just wasn't me interviewing him. Right. So I am looking forward to that. A very talented artist, a very talented vocalist and songwriter for very speedy power metal with some harshness to it. Really great stuff. I love their music. All right, so that's gonna kind of some exciting shows coming up, and even more in the works that I'm not mentioning yet. Even more stuff in the works. So a lot of cool bands, a lot of cool people to talk to. Season 2, I'm excited that we made it an entire year as of next show, and we kept this going with me having a new kid and. And my whole life changing,
and remote co-hosts,
and COVID and all this other bullshit. So the fact that I kept the show going, and we're going to keep doing this as long as we can, as long as talented people like Ryan from Marching Arms want to come and talk to us and come on the show, I want to keep doing this. So thanks again, Ryan. So this is Wally, Jason, and our new buddy Ryan signing out. Have a great night.